Hello and welcome, this is LCS Recap and this is game number 11, Velocity eSports versus Team Coast. And an overextended Maple Street and Evaniscus just invite Nintendude for a gank.
Counting on the overextension for the turret!
There's the flag and drag, they knock up Maple Street in the air, barrier is out, as is the barrier. On the other side, Golden Age is going to shield up the damage. First blood secured by Nintendude X. Very
How can Evaniscus get the bot lane out of a great flash flay from Daydreamin'?
to the bottom lane. That's a flash play. They pull Maple Street backwards. Now there is a pink ward for Nintendude. Is he going to put it down? Decides against it as they're too close to their opponent's base. But a flash flay from Daydreaming, that's making it real fly.
Evaniscus bringing out the triple bubble there as NK Inc. goes in for the Dragon Steal.
Is available Maple Street. NK
NK
goes in,
in.
steals it, gets stunned against the wall. Does end up getting, dropped for his troubles, but he stole it away.
So while Velocity did get the Dragon, Coast pick up the mid tower and the enemy blue buff. So it wasn't really worth it after all. And this fight is just confusing. Check out the placement on the command Shockwave, the explosive cask, and the tidal wave.
The play actually throws him backwards. Now Daydreaming is the one that gets bubbled. They focus NK Inc. Shockwave goes up. That didn't deal damage to anybody it needed to. Shift has been untouched on this fight. They have traded kills back and forth, though, as Zion Spartan is the first one to go down. Tidal wave gets thrown out as Maple Street is finally in the fight, but at the end of the day, Coast come up victorious.
But Coast show why Zion Spartan's top lane Gragas is nothing to be sniffed at.
That's a great bubble. Pulls 3 in the air as a Shockwave throws him backwards. Look at the explosive damage from the barrels. That's 2 kills in favor of Coast already, as the 3rd and 4th get picked up in quick succession.
That's the importance of that perimeter of wards that I said you have to set up when you lose your turrets. At this point in the game, your jungle is no longer your jungle. You have to...
Miscommunications from Velocity give Coast a tower to themselves for free. Guys, they're taking your base.
These super minions, and instead of sending one man to defend, their entire team falls back. Coast will say thank you very much. Lucky number 7. 7th tower of the game falls.
That's the danger of defending those secondary turrets. Because there's walls so close on both sides, it forces your team to group up, and that's what Velocity cannot afford, because if they did, then we would have that combo of the Zion ulti. Oh, Evaniscus gonna face check!
This is gonna be painful, gets knocked up in the air. Charm lands as well. Nintendo does have Cataclysm, he slams it down. NK Inc. is forced to repel up in the air, can jump to some minions in a second. Silver Bolt's proc, plus Nintendo X secures the kill.
And at this point, Coast are just trying to stack their KDAs, maybe hoping to push Bulls and ManCloud off the top spot.
Put all of his money onto this Divine Sword.
So we do see the tidal wave goes out, manages to be avoided by most members of Team Coast, not willing to surf this time round. Shockwave pulls 3 members back as the first victim of the fight is Maple Street. Don't Mash Me is relatively unscathed. The Zion Spartan goes beyond the inhibitor, trying to pick a fight. Another tower falls, and Team Coast pick up the 3rd inhibitor of the game. With 25 seconds of the clock before Maple Street is up, they could finish the game right now.
Yeah, so Maple Street, he had just bought that Sword of the Divine, and what he's looking for is to get the 3-shot kill so that the cooldown on it does get reduced, but they don't have enough damage to follow that up. So it's just a little bit too late for their Velocity.
Don't Mash Me eats the cocoon, manages to tumble away from the bubble. As now we see Nintendo going back in alongside Shifter, another 3-man Cataclysm. Shifter dives into the jungle, throws himself between the walls to secure himself another double kill. 6-0-9 on that Ahri, as Don't Mash Me is mashing away on the Nexus. 20 kills to 4. Team Coast with a clear victory in this game.
Zion can't help on the Nexus though, there were too many minions, so he goes around the side. Regardless, they get the Nexus. Congratulations to Team Coast. Dominating performance.
I honestly think if Velocity can group up after the 10-minute mark and figure out what to do after their early game, they can actually win some games because they've got some great players, right? Anyway, you can see the rest of the Week 7 games in the bottom left corner of your screen.